Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Row. Hello and welcome to a HiGPS balancemod developer update recap video for the month of September. Now, September wasn't really a whole lot going on, but we did have some changes, and these were the changes. So, coming up first was the Pumpson. We have increased the damage from plus 20% to plus 30% to give it an extra oomph. So now, up close, you will do 90 damage, which is pretty substantial given how unreliable this weapon is. So now it packs a punch. Still, it doesn't have any drain of cloak or medigun, it just does a lot of damage. Long-range weapon option for engineer in the spam of chokes. And you can see here that you can 2-shot most of the classes, 3-shot most of them. Works pretty good, and also for mid-range you can do quite some nasty damage. Next up is the power jack. Due to a bug with how overheal and stuff worked, we have changed it so you no longer gain overheal bonus, but you gain more health on kill, up to 50%. But the biggest part is that you get more health from heal beams. So you can see now when we're not using the power jack, it takes a while to get our health back up to full with the medic healing us. But once we get hit and we equip the power jack, you can see we can take a lot more punches because we heal a lot more. Since the power jack no longer grants a speed boost, I felt like it needs to be really powerful and do this thing in order to compete with the other melee unlocks for the pyro. So this is super heal, super sustain, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys will do with it. With the Fists of Steel in the official game, there's kind of a bug where whether you're affected by the overheal penalty or not depends if the medic is already healing you when you have the weapon equipped or not. Similar to how it was with the power jack, you would not get the overheal bonus if you started getting heals before you had it out. And this was also the case for the Fists of Steel, which is why we changed them to the way they were in the first place. However, this does not affect the medic's build speed. So, right now we have added the stat that Uber builds 50% slower while you have the Fists of Steel active for the medic. So this prevents the heavy from being able to actively build a lot of Uber very quickly for the medic because of his huge health pool, which was possible in the previous patch. I don't think anyone did this, but this is just future-proofing kind of any kind of abuse. So right now, if you have Fists of Steel, it's like you are fully overhealed, the build rate gets halved, and if you are fully healed, the Uber build rate gets even halved than that. So really don't recommend having Fists of Steel out when you're getting healed, because it will screw over you and your medic. The Pretty Boy's pocket pistol has had its firing speed reverted back to normal, but we've added a 15% less damage done. Now the reason for this is that the first overall output of damage from the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol is actually higher than the regular pistol. And it heals. So on the right side here we have the official Pretty Boy's pocket pistol. On the left here we have the regular pistol. And they're fairly similar. However, the normal pistol will of course do more damage overall in the long run if you fire this many clip, but it's not that many seconds difference, plus mistakes can be made and so on. So due to the fact that the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol is more meant to be healing and not necessarily damage dealing, I put it in the same damage category as the Winger. So now the Winger and the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol have very similar DPS, and they both have utility. One is jumping, mobility, the other is heal. And I think this is fine. It makes also the pistol more viable if you just want to do damage, as opposed to in the real game where the Pretty Boy pocket pistol is actually the best choice for a secondary pistol for the scout. The Rocket Jumper, by community demand, has been reverted back to normal. No more choke weapony, it does no damage, it functions exactly like it does in a normal game, so you can trollger all you want. However, the Bison has gotten a damage buff, up from 50% more damage done to 80. So it now almost does as much as the Pumpson, however it still penetrates, and we'll see if this is enough to make the Pumpson good and viable. Like, this is a lot of damage, you can kill stuff so fast with this weapon now. Is it good? We'll have to see. I just keep throwing damage on it until eventually it's good. We'll see what happens. I'm not a fan of having weapons being the similar but inferior versions of other weapons, like the eviction notice is just a worse GRU. So here we have given it another bonus, which is 30% faster holstering speed, which means the weapon you select after you have selected the eviction notice will deploy faster. This will allow you to use some shotgun tactics, use the mobility to take less damage, and could be used for some interesting tech. This is a good tool that you can use, and I look forward to seeing what you do with it. Speed pads have been modified, so now they are that of the class's disciplinary action speed boost plus 10%. This means that every class runs at a different speed, so no more super zoomies heavies can be here. And also, Scout will cap out, because there's a max cap in TF2 for speed, which is just 520. Medic is close to that, so that's why here you can see the Medic and Scout are running almost at the same speed, with Scout only being slightly faster. Still, the old rules apply. If you get shot or take any kind of damage, then the speed boost is removed. So with that in mind, let's go and look at the stats, because I've been working a lot on the back end of stuff, just management tools, different plugins and stuff to better manage the servers, which you don't really see if you're just playing on it. So the stats have been updated, and now it properly tracks everything. There's some things it still doesn't track yet, like train kills, and I'm not sure about saw kills because we don't have saw kills in the rotation. But now all weapons and what I talked about in the last episode, fixing the images, I've now fixed all of them because I did obtain the knowledge on how to do so, and it was not easy. But as you can see in the last video, I talked about this not working. Now we have sandwiches working, we have bananas working, we got chocolates, we got the steak. All of this stuff is working, more or less. Some of these things are pretty rare. However, one of the biggest things is, of course, that now the stat page is working properly, so you can view stats, not just total, but you can also view from last week. You can see who is there. That did work before, just letting you guys know. You can see, like last week, Ximena had the most points. I was in a lousy 7th. And then you can go on different dates. You can clearly see which date had a play session and which didn't. So in this session, Adam WTS was the clear winner, me on a lousy 16th place, because how will the system work is that the more points you have total, the less points you get from killing other players. You get like 2, while if they kill you, they get like 25. So there you go. So this is the current ranking as of now. So if you kill any of those guys up here, like in the top 10s, you can climb pretty high. We can also see that the average points of like the top 100, it's still rising. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, that has been it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. We are still on the lookout for more people and influencers in the Asia and US regions. So trying to spread awareness and letting people know that you can play there. And if there's people showing incentive, maybe we can make something happen, because it's very difficult for me, having a full-time job and other stuff, to have play sessions in Asia and the US when my time zone is in Europe. That is very difficult, but I do want you guys who are in Asia, in the US, to have a place to go and play and not just piggyback off the sessions we have in Europe, because that's where we are. So we're looking to expand, get more people, and do so. I've been trying some stuff with some other YouTubers. We'll see if that aspires to something. Most likely nothing, because if there's one thing working on this balance mod have taught me, there's very few people you can count on, and other YouTubers are not reliable in doing what I want, because they have their own agenda of things they want to do. Be sure to join Discord, Steam group for announcements. If you know any other community that has died but still have active Steam groups or users, let me know. I'm looking to merge with as many people as I can, because I'm really happy with where the mod is right now. The balance is pretty good, feels pretty fun. Nothing is like super overpowered or super crap. And if it is, let me know and explain why. Some of the changes that we had here, especially to the power jack, was because of user feedback, where it's like, oh, I completely missed the point on that. So we changed it to make it better. Yes. See you in the next one. And if you want to get notified, please self-tag yourself on the Discord in the appropriate region to get notifications. Yay.